Welcome to Yoga for You, a channel tailored to helping you discover your very own unique yoga practice.
Welcome everyone to Yoga for You. I'm Kristin, and I'll be guiding you in a loving awareness meditation today. So loving awareness is one of my favorite practices. It's a practice of abiding in awareness itself. So resting in the sense of awareness itself. And I'll go ahead and guide you through that. And we'll be talking a lot about pranic activity, pranic sensation. So maybe it helps just to introduce what prana is. And it's really the energy movement of the body. So a lot of people think of prana as breath, which it is. And that's one aspect of prana. Prana can also be other movements of our body, inside our body. So the heart beating, the digestive movements of our body, the movement of energy is prana. So when we're doing this meditation, we're going to be noticing the pranic activity. And that can come in sensations of the body, can be a pain, maybe I'm having a pain in my knee, that's a pranic activity. It can also be the breath, a more subtle sensation. Prana can also be mind movements. So it's helpful to look at prana also as the pranic activity of the mind. So what is our mind doing? How is it moving? And that's what we're going to be noticing. Because it moves a lot, whether we admit it or not. And we're really going to be paying attention to that today. And the other movements that we get of pranic activity come from the heart. So there's going to be heart movements. Sometimes we might feel sadness or grief or joy. Emotions come up. Senses of peace, that's usually a heart pranic activity. So I'll be cueing you on noticing pranic activities. And the energy around us, the seen and unseen around us, is also pranic activity. So you may be tapping into that as well. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. That can be in a chair. It might be standing even, or you might come sit cross-legged, whatever feels good to you. Sometimes it's helpful for a longer sit to sit so your hips are higher than your knees. But you find a position that feels right to you. You can start by lowering your gaze, maybe closing the eyes. This helps us move from the external focus to the internal. And this loving awareness meditation is all about self-exploration, self-awareness, and self-realization. So I encourage you to look at this meditation and to feel this meditation as kind of an experiment with your body, like what is happening? Just coming with a sense of curiosity and wonder and exploration. So we'll go ahead and start by just bringing the awareness to our breath. It tends to be something that people can easily bring attention to. So we'll just go ahead and start there. Bringing the awareness to the breath. And as you bring awareness to the breath, just paying attention to that area around the nose and the mouth. So you're inhaling through the nose. And you exhale through the nose. And at the same time, I invite you to notice any sensations that you feel in this area around the nose and mouth. You might feel a sensation of the air actually moving into the nose, or the sensation of air moving out of the nose. You might feel a temperature difference between the movement of the air in and the movement of the air out. You might feel moisture in the nose or in the mouth, or maybe a sense of dryness, a parchedness. So just really focusing on the sensations in front of us here, in that area of the nose and the mouth. Resting your awareness on the breath and the sensations of the nose and the mouth. What felt senses are you picking up? You might even pick up an audible pranic sensation. You're hearing the breath, feeling the breath, noticing here the sensations of the breath, feeling whatever you're feeling with the breath. It's possible you feel nothing, and that's fine. Just noting nothing. I don't feel anything. But just focusing here on the breath for a little while longer. What felt senses do you feel around the nose and the mouth? And maybe you notice some other felt senses coming up in other areas of the body. Sensations of sound coming in from the environment. You can notice that and then bring it back to the focal area. So now we're going to move the focal area from the nose and the mouth to the top of the head, and even that space just right above the top of the head. Just feeling into that area of the top of the head and breathing at the same time. So we're still continuing to have beautiful rhythmic inhale, exhale breath, and at the same time we're going to entrain the attention. We're going to link up the intention to that area on the top of the head. Just feeling the sensations there. Maybe you feel movement of hair. And you might feel a tingling sensation, a sense of heat or coolness. Just noticing whatever physical sensations you feel at the top of the head, or maybe even a little bit above the head. And resting our awareness in that area for now. You can even invite the breath up into that area of the body. As we explore the top of the head, you sort of like imagine the breath meeting that area of the body. What felt sensations are you experiencing at the top of the head? And again, maybe not, maybe it's nothing, and nothing's an option. But still continue to feel in, still continue to allow your concentration to rest on that area at the top of the head along with the breath, those two things together connected. And then I invite you to bring your awareness to the area at your forehead, in between your eyebrows. It's this little circle area at the middle of your forehead. And just noticing any sensations you feel here. Sometimes there can be a tightness, a warmth, and sometimes nothing. But allowing your breath to link up with that area. So you're breathing in and out. We have an awareness of the breath in and out. And at the same time, we have an awareness of that area in between our eyes, in the middle of our forehead. Noticing any sensations that arise in that area. And again, you may want to imagine the breath meeting that area right in between the eyes at the middle of the forehead. Just kind of breathe into that area and notice any sensations of the body there. And I invite you to move down to the area of the throat. Just noticing any sensations you experience in the throat area. So we're going to continue to breathe and imagine that breath to just really be prominent in the throat area. Noticing any sensations here. And what most of us are going to notice is we're noticing some pranic activity of thought, like we're having thoughts, other things are coming up, and that's completely normal and natural. When we do, though, we say, oh, there's that pranic thinking energy, and we'll just go ahead and bring it back to the felt sense of what it feels like at our throat. So just bringing it back. And this is the practice. Practice of awareness and concentration that leads to a bigger kind of awareness, a more restful kind of awareness. And so now I'd like you to turn your attention to your heart center and just notice the sensations that are happening at your heart center. It could be the pranic sensation of the heart beating. Maybe you have a sense of warmth here. You might feel your chest expand and rise on an exhale or an inhale. So just resting your attention on the heart center at the same time that you're aware of the breath. And maybe bringing the breath to this area of the body. Just imagining the breath penetrating the heart area of the body. And as you imagine the breath penetrating the heart center, noticing whatever sensations might arise. So where is your attention and awareness now? If it's somewhere other than your heart, bringing it back to the breath, bringing it back to the heart center. And then we're going to bring the attention back down to our belly. So you might feel the pranic sensation of the belly expanding on an inhale and moving towards the spine on an exhale. But we're just going to bring that sensation to the belly and breathe into the belly, and at the same time imagine the breath kind of piercing that area of the belly, like moving through it. And notice any sensations that arise in the belly. And when our awareness moves towards an emotion or a thought or a feeling, we can notice that and then bring the awareness back to the felt sense of the body. This practice of coming back to the body and noticing enables us to have a sense of clear seeing and felt sense of embodiment. So I invite you just to bring your awareness to your whole body as a whole. So just kind of feeling into the belly, the heart, the throat, the area on your forehead, and even above the head. And then bringing that awareness back down, and you're just aware of the whole body as a whole. Just noticing what you notice as you kind of draw your attention and breath from the base of the body all the way up. And maybe on the exhale, feeling any felt sense of the body as you breathe down. And then inhaling, noticing any felt sensations, imagining the breath just moving up through the body and out. And then on the exhale, noticing any sensations coming down. And I invite you to just take a few breaths here, just natural breaths as we begin to move out of this meditation. You may want to move your fingers and toes a little bit and just have a sense of embodiment and rootedness and groundedness wherever you are. Maybe dropping the chin to the chest. Thanks for meditating with me today, and may any sense of aliveness or peace be with you, and may you share it with the world. Namaste.